Live position in Tripoli by a doctor who's been helping patients secretly in a clinic at his house, a secret clinic, for the last few months of the uprising. His name is Dr. Issam Hajjaji. In fact, I was at school with him in England many years ago, but I'm very glad to see that he is well, fit and well, and can join us here now. Dr. Hajjaji, just give us an idea of how frightening it was in the last few months of the Gaddafi dictatorship here in Tripoli.
Well, then it was, security was very tight, and you didn't know who you can trust, and people were being arrested for any, even sort of voicing their views privately. And the problem in medicine was that early on in the conflict, the demonstrators who were taken into the government hospitals were being arrested there, accused of being in demonstration because it was an injury associated with bullets. So people started treating their relatives at home, which caused all kinds of problems, and they had to keep secret about it. But there was still a lot of security going around and listening. This tight security had been going on for 42 years.
Must have been terrifying for you, though, the last few months.
Personally, with this clinic, yes, it was. Every time somebody sort of rings a bell, you never know who it was on the other side. And then one of the TV presenters, government TV presenters, said a few months ago that some doctors in my area were treating rebels at home and were spiriting out stuff from the government hospitals, which is exactly what I was doing. So we had to pack up a little bit for a while.
Now just tell me, when the end came, when Tripoli was finally liberated and the Gaddafi forces melted away, how surprised were you by that? Or were you expecting that to happen?
We were surprised by its speed. We were not particularly surprised by the timing. Certainly, at the beginning of the conflict, we were surprised by the speed, but then it petered away. We thought there would be a regime change. But certainly this time, events were changing by the hour. It started off in Tripoli here, and then the revolutions came from different areas outside.
So it really began with an uprising here in Tripoli by people just coming out onto the streets because there'd been a signal that they should rise up.
Well, yes. The revolutions outside from Misrata and Zintan and everywhere were coming close, and that encouraged them. And then that very night, the imams at the mosque started saying Allahu Akbar repeatedly. Some of them, I believe, were taken away or stopped, but others, certainly my local imam at the local mosque, continued on, and I think that encouraged more people to come out.
So that was really a signal, or almost a secret signal, to rise up.
Very much, and the mosques all over Tripoli. It was quite a good idea, actually, and imams, people tend to follow them.
And just give us a sense of what it means for you. Now, the dictatorship of Colonel Gaddafi, after 42 years, is finally at an end. You're a free man.
Well, it's elation. It takes a while to sort of believe that you can do and say whatever you want. Tripoli is still a little bit unsettled, as you mentioned, with quite a few shortages, and it was Ramadan and summer and everything. That will take a while to settle down. A lot of people have fled, will eventually come back. Tripoli has lost quite a number of people going outside. But everybody that I see, in family, friends, elation, happiness, and they don't believe it, some of them.
Very good to see you safe and well after these very difficult last few months. Thank you very much. That's Issam Hajjaji, a doctor here in Tripoli and an old school friend of mine. Just to bring you up to date on what the National Transitional Council